I thought were dealing with. And I'm not talking about the contextual relationship now with the president of the EFF. I'm talking generally in politics that we should relate to each other on political principles so that we're able to correct each other whenever something goes wrong. Yeah.
Before I play this video for you, I want to read this from Fred Shivambu. Once he said, "Everything I said in this interview is 100% correct. I am a truthful student of Almika Cabra, who says, hide nothing from the masses of our people. Tell no lies, expose lies whenever they are told. Mask no difficulties, mistakes, failures, claim no easy victory." This is the word from Fred Shivambu after the interview.
You know, I think so if you were to go to the interview that we did in the when I was still in the EFF, and then you asked me the question, what is the relationship with the president of the EFF? I said this political relationship, actually made an emphasis on, it's a political relationship that we had. Yeah, and of course, because we work in the same spaces, we'll end up doing so many things together. If there's a family gathering, you'll get to know and then support each other and all of those things there. But the relationship was political relationship. And
that's interesting.
That is how it is.
Since Fred Shivambu left EFF, we never heard his speech or his an interview speaking about the relationship between him and the current president of EFF, Julius Malema. But I've heard this news for more than 72 hours, but now I decided to share with you, my brothers there in South Africa, on what Fred Shivambu said about him and president of EFF in current relationship.
And I have no bad feelings about anyone, like generally. Leave the people that I work with. Generally, I don't have any personal feelings against anyone. Like I relate far much easier with comrades in the ANC. Like I talk to everyone. Like I'll talk to the comrades that we led with in the ANC. Like I talk to Andre Lungisa. I talk to Lebogang Maile for a very long time on the phone. I talk to Lamula, like about so many issues. I talk to everyone. Like I get to have political discussions with them, even if we're in different political organizations. I still talk to some of the comrades in the EFF, except those who feel like they might be doubted for having engagements with me. I generally don't have problems with anyone, but I'm able to distinguish that there's a political relationship and like so-called brotherhood and everything else. Because sometimes this so-called brotherhood, it's not brotherhood, it borders on gangsterism, a gangster relationship that we're together. If a person is wrong, we can't call each other to order. Like you defend each other even when a person is doing wrong things, is now venturing into wrong politics of being boastful and doing wrong things in public and everything else, and disrespecting people, and then you don't say anything because of brotherhood. You must be able to call out certain things that this is unacceptable and everything else. And if it's realized that, so those things of the personal relationship can't override a political principle in the relations with everyone. So if a comrade misbehaves or does things which you realize that this is wrong, you must be able to call each other to order. Like it's not gangster relationship where you say we'll die together. It doesn't work like that. And by the way, this characterization, I used to say this when we were in the National Executive Committee of the ANC Youth League. So you know, Pulemabe was the Treasurer General of the ANC Youth League. So I used to say to the president of the ANC Youth League now, current president of the EFF, that me and you are going to be buried next to each other. Wow. All the time. And then later on he went to engage in other activities, like to collaborate with those who were dealing with him. Now I used to say that, I'll never say that. I'll never, like, if it's a political relationship, like, you can't promise to die next to each other in a political relationship. It's based on principle.
Sure.
If principle shifts, then we no longer relate the same way that we related before. So if you realize that there's certain areas of just divergence from what should define a revolutionary, you must be able to say, but this is not what I signed up for. This is not the character which I thought we're dealing with. And I'm not talking about the contextual relationship now with the president of the EFF. I'm talking generally in politics that we should relate to each other on political principles so that we're able to correct each other whenever something goes wrong.